But yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Rich, and you are watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop RPGs with friends. This is part of our ongoing, kind of near the end of our series of Monster of the Week game sessions. Monster of the Week is published by Evil Hat, written by Michael Sands, and Monster of the Week is supernatural meets Buffy meets Hellboy, all cooked up into a wonderful broth and using the Apocalypse engine. We're using that system, but it is the setting of East Texas University. ETU is a Savage Worlds setting, a core rule book, and has a plot point campaign and quite a few little one sheets, quite a bit going on. It's basically Buffy the college years with the serial numbers filed off, little mix of the Supernatural TV show in there. We are pretty far along on the plot point campaign. What's that? That's the Savage Worlds thing where it's just a really long series of interconnected modules that I'm loosely basing on this. So some stuff I've remixed. You will not find any redneck romancers here. It's just a thing. I X-carded it myself while reading it because I read it. And we're near the end of Degrees of Horror, which has to do with our East Texas University crew trying to avert the second coming of what's called the Convergence. The original Convergence happened nearly 70 years ago, and it was thought that it had been stopped because there was this very powerful spell that was cast, but it seems that now the Convergence is coming nonetheless. Convergence, what's that? Is that like some shiny happy thing? No, unfortunately, it's a demons walk the earth, end of the world as we know it kind of thing. Who knows? If they fail, we might go on and play some Apocalypse World. No? Okay, fine. So they're striving towards that. And we have the full crew, but Paul's running a little bit late, so Roll will join us when he's able to hop on. He's just setting up, but I didn't want to wait any longer, and that's why we are here. In the last session, the crew, our player characters, had found the Lantern of the Deep, or at least that's the name that it was given as they were told about it. They fought a revenant, took it out, kind of, sort of, by like harpoon gunning it to a just crazy with gators, and it was a little gonzo, but that's okay. We had that was our Brad Falchuk episode. Like the action sequence was directed by Brad Falchuk. If you don't know what I'm saying, don't worry, it's not really. I just only know because my wife made me watch a lot of Glee. So you guys have this lantern. Quite a bit of damage was hinted out. I hurt people as much in last session as maybe ever, which is great. Felt really good, guys. Personally, just myself, I really enjoyed it. So thank you for letting me hurt your characters. Didn't kill anybody, but not for lack of trying. We are going to skip a bit of time. If you guys remember, you had just started the first week of your sophomore semester. So we're going to skip a few weeks into the school year before we pick back up. Okay. So you are into your classes. Things are going. We'll see how they're going, actually. So we had in the first semester tried to integrate some of the Savage Worlds East Texas University academics roles, but at the advanced stage of XP for all of you and as many moves and advances as you have, I don't think I'm going to necessarily go in the exams rank. I just want to get a general idea. You guys storytell me. We're going diceless for this conversation. I hope you don't mind. But by going diceless, that means you can't fail. So I don't have to think really hard.
But then we can't get XP.
Yeah, exactly. That was my plan. That was my evil plan, Jules. Cool. So what I want you to do is I'm going to go in turn to each of you. You remind us of your character and then give us just like a snippet. We'll have a musical montage of either what kinds of classes you're in or just an idea of how this semester is going forward. I know it's going to be a little odd for Ollie because I think he's taking a semester off, but we'll see what he's been up to. And it's just you taking the reins. You've got the camera. Tell us a bit about what this semester, how it's going for your characters. Is that everybody cool with that setup? Good, no problems. Awesome, thumbs up all around. We'll start with our Ollie then. Alex, Remind us who you're playing and give us a rundown. What do we see?
I am Ollie the Wronged. I'm slightly less grim than I used to be. I've kind of moved on a bit. And I think, because like you hinted at, I'm not really following the whole academic track. I only came to East Texas University to basically find out what happened to my boyfriend. So I think now I've got on some kind of construction, a bit of electrical work. I think around the campus. I think they're doing renovating some of the buildings. I think it may be near the. I imagine it's near the maths department, and so I get to looking through the window, wave at Toby as I'm going by, and a little bit of, flirting, while he's trying to study and do stuff and then meeting for our lunch.
Nice. And of course, there's a camera that hovers on Tip, who was there with you when you did the thing, and she just shakes her head disapprovingly and then takes a big bite of some kind of burger. She's doing better. She has a little bit of a limp, but she's up.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't turn down. Yeah. I'm almost about to punch her in her arm, and it's like, invalid.
Nice. I love it. Cool. Thank you so much. Jan, remind us who you're playing and what has their semester so far been like?
I'm playing Derek Jones, the formerly mundane, now monstrous vampire. I think Derek's having some trouble at school, and I think he's trying to study a bit late in the evening to make up for that, because it's not going well. And so yeah, you see him probably, in his dorm with a book in his lap. He's sitting on the edge of his bed and he's eating an apple to make him look like even more of an asshole.
Is it like this really big dramatic crunch?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good. Just
Nice. I like it a lot. Thank you so much. Jen, who are you playing and what do we see?
I am playing Tekla Abandonado, the Spooky, who has a nice selection of psychic powers and a brain parasite to show for it. She is the only girl in the math department, and honestly, I kind of see her as turning to her classes for comfort, dare I say. So she's doing fairly well. The start of this semester, she's branching out into some interesting topics. So I think for our montage, we see a bit of Tekla, chatting with Yevgeny in front of this, gigantic whiteboard. The kind of whiteboard where it's actually got, I don't know how to say it, there are multiple layers and the front layer's on a track.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got you. I totally
and you can move it aside, and then behind it is a second layer of whiteboard so that you can take more notes. So
nice.
They're pointing from section to section and commenting with each other, maybe just playing with some kind of theoretical project. And then it's another
mug. Sorry.
Still my favorite mug ever.
keeps me
I've seen it
sustained
before.
and happy.
It's so good.
It's good every time. And yeah, maybe another clip where Tekla's in the library with her laptop, which we almost never see, farming the spreadsheets and working with, a few different math programs. Then maybe a few more clips where she's out with Bethany, maybe playing pool in the student union, and maybe out at the links, protecting her pale face and her green eyes from the
Get like a big
rays
boat hat kind of thing
of the
going
sun.
on.
I mean, yeah,
It's white, the white stuff on her nose, like the white sunscreen.
yeah.
Nice.
I sunburn real bad. It's the truth.
It's sexy to the max there. That is great. I imagine that the whiteboard formula stuff somehow producer or director came in, mixed in a little bit of Howard Jones music so we could just have an allusion to some real genius moments there. That's it. They just want to steal that in. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jen. Paul, thanks for being able to join us. What we're doing is introducing character. It's been a few weeks. You're a few weeks into the semester, your sophomore semester, and everybody gets a chance to just kind of narrate from the TV show that is our East Texas University play what we would see. Are you struggling? What kind of classes are you taking? What are the activities that your character's up to? So it's been a few weeks since the first week semester where you guys got the lantern back and fought the crazy revenant. Nothing seems to have bubbled up. Sorry. In the last few weeks, unless you work it into your narration. So Jules, please remind us who you're playing and what they've been up to.
That was a sneaky side going like, hey, Earl, blah, 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 blah. So Jules. Hey, I am playing Jules. Oh, no, I'm not playing Jules. I am playing Jules. I am playing Jules, who's also playing.
So many levels.
Expert.
There's so many levels. Jules playing Jessica Nakamoto.
There are layers. She used to be an expert. Now she is an initiate, and she is going off the rails a bit. There's like a very frantic montage as she is trying, she's studying in the library to keep up with her actual anthropology schoolwork, trying to hand in papers, but also doing rituals in all kinds of weird places, reading books that can only be read under the light of the moon, trying to help Earl with his YouTube channel, trying to help the fraternity run their parties, trying to help the swim team do the statistics for their meets, and it's just like getting increasingly jumbled, and like her anthropology homework has all these ritual signs on it, and then everything gets muddled really, really badly, and she is just kind of losing it and falling asleep in random places.
Ooh, so we find out that you're stretched too thin. Is that what's going on for our poor...
Yeah, not saying no to anyone is not a good strategy.
It is not. It's not. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Last but not least, we have Paul. Paul, remind us who you're playing and what is our montage to remind us how they're doing so far in this semester.
I am Earl Davis. I am still a media studies major, super useful in the real world. And so you'll see Earl like in the editing room of the media building, maybe Spike working with him on some of the school projects, and then at one point you see him on his laptop in the sanctuary above the bookstore, also working now on personal projects and reporting back into his new organization as he is now a professional. Occasionally, he has still sophomore year, still has core classes, so he's reading things that he's not necessarily super interested in. So he kind of flips through, and then in class his eyes glaze over because he has this feeling that there are more important things he should be doing elsewhere. And I think at one point, as Jessica he's convinced her that he can handle this next edit just fine on his own. So maybe she should take care of some of her own stuff. And then she falls asleep on the sofa in the sanctuary, and he puts a blanket over her and then goes to bed.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's adorable. Thank you so much, Paul.
But now the edits won't be done.
That's right. Yeah, it's like it's all sweet and everything, and then she wakes up and looks in her like planner, day planner, or her phone or something, and it's like, oh, I missed 12 things.
We were scrubbing this. Yeah, sorry.
You were scrubbing this. That's great. We have a start of session move for our spooky that we should take a look at.
That's true. Just a moment. Premonitions is my start of session move. Start of phase 3. Roll weird. Oh man. That is just a 7.
Just a 7.
Okay. I know. Tragic. So I get clouded images of something bad that is yet to happen. Mark experience if I stop it.
Nice. Cool. So let's see, when do we want this to take place? I think this vision happens during a heated conversation between Toby and we'll say it's between your mathletes as you guys are arguing about a particular theorem. And Toby seems to speak up like he's pretty passionate about this. Normally he's pretty laid back, right? But Toby seems to be taking the lead of trying to disprove, and I have spacing, and I'm trying Yevgeny, disprove Yevgeny's assertions about a particular theory. And the vision hits you, and we see you just kind of eyes go slack, like you've just checked out of the conversation. And you get the image of Jack Brown, the Hawaiian shirt wearing, Crocs wearing, somewhere in his late 30s, ancient being that has returned to East Texas University. And you see his eyes take on this reddish glow.
That's not good.
And he reaches out and grabs Derek by the throat in this image and squeezes his hand around his neck until you hear a pop. It's just one-handed thing, just like a boom, grab, snap. And he twists once, he yanks Derek's head off, and his body falls to the ground. And then Yevgeny's right. Of course, he's right. You like this too, right? You got my back here, like Tekla. Of course, the theory is that it's always going up. All the numbers are going up. And Toby's like, no, that's not true. Look, these 3 examples here disprove that.
I push my chair back and like jerk up to standing, and I'm like, period starting right now. Bye.
Nice. You just blow them off. Cool. We cut from that inciting incident there to our credits sequence. And when we come up, it is in Derek's room. Now, if you remember, Derek was abandoned by Earl, who decided to find his own place to live. And so Mark Miranda, gamer, DM, nerd extraordinaire, has moved in to Derek's room. And so we have all of the slightly like aged recycling and earth-friendly posters that maybe have started to fall down. Not all well cared for anymore. And then on the other side, on Mark's side of the room, all these pictures of various RPG, fantasy, video game scenarios. And Derek, do you sleep as a monstrous, or do you just like have a reverie, or how does that go for you?
I sleep like a lot less, like maybe 2 hours.
Nice. So you're looking over at Matt, who has just snoozed for the 4th time, and you see the Death Dealer poster that's up there behind his bed. And he looks over, and he's like a cold sweat. Like his hair is kind of drooped down. Normally he gels it up a little bit. Doesn't look better, but he does that. But he's clammy. And he says, "I think I'm sick, man. I'm sorry."
Don't get it on me.
He turns his face into the pillow. What do you do?
Go to the doctor, man. Like maybe you got mono. Everyone's getting it. Well, last year anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah? Oh shit, mono's terrible. Okay. All right. I'll go in a little bit. And he rolls over, kind of plants his face and coughs a few times into the pillow. Do you have any morning classes?
Probably, yeah.
Nice. So what do you do? Go into class? Leave him be?
Yes. I
All
think,
right.
I think I'm just going to go to class. I'm just going to be like, well, just don't forget to go to the doctor and
Okay.
or call someone. I don't know.
Okay. Sweet. So you head on to class, walking across campus towards your class, and you see Tekla. She's coming out of a early morning study session. And Tekla, you see Derek. This is just moments after your weird vision, the conversation you had with Yevgeny and Toby.
Oh, Derek, of course I see you right away.
Morning.
Morning. Fuck, I left my coffee in there. Well, too late now.
What?
Keep an eye out for our campus old man dealer, okay?
What, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously he's weird.
I mean, like, stay away from him.
Why?
Because I've got a bad feeling.
Oh. It's never
Do you
good
have
if you
keys
get
to your
that.
dorm room?
What?
Keys to your dorm.
Sure.
Sweet, thanks.
But careful, because my roommate's sick. He's got mono.
I'll bring him
Oh.
some Gatorade or something, whatever.
All right. Here.
The worst that can happen if I get sick is I die. Come on.
Yep. There you go.
Chink.
That was
Right,
weird.
Have fun in class, Derek.
Yeah. Thanks. Terrible.
Cool. So we'll stay with you, Tekla. You've got keys to the dorms. That's a very coveted item. No one ever is able to procure keys to the boys' dorm in East
Never. Oh my
Texas
God.
University.
No. It's just, this is expert level heist shit right here.
Oh, no, Ollie should take notes because
Yep.
usually he leaves problems in his wake.
Just saying, social engineering is the most important part of hacking.
You know what? I've been through some corporate training that say exactly that.
They're right, actually. No matter how like bullshit and covered in buzzwords and cute pictures a lot of those corporate trainings are, when they say, hey, people just walking up and asking you your password, yeah, that's how most of this stuff happens. Yep. Somebody going into your cubicle and looking for that Post-it note that you put right on your monitor to help you remember your new login because you change it every 4 months. Yeah, that's a problem. But
now,
no.
star goes across the screen and says, "The more you know." Dun, dun, dun.
So, yeah, no, I wander in. Actually, I do stop by there's like a student store kind of thing.
Of course there is. Yeah.
And they have, snacks and popcorn and notebooks and some Gatorade. And I pick up some Gatorade.
All right. Cool.
And like some saltines or some popcorn, like some unflavored popcorn, and bring it up to Derek's room.
Sweet. So as you're heading into the room, we see that Tip and Ollie are headed that way. There's been a call that a couple of the guys at the dorm on the second floor have reported that some problems with the radiators. They feel too hot.
Okay.
So yeah, technically you see Ollie and Tip. They've got their work coveralls on.
Okay, we're working. What are you doing?
My usual thing. How you doing? I like hold out for Tip to fist bump me.
Yeah, of course, fist bump. You're smart enough to fist bump the arm that wasn't compound fractured just weeks ago, so she fist bumps back. No problem.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, Derek's poor roommate is sick, so I'm dropping off supplies and getting nosy.
Yeah. Open it.
What are you working on?
Oh, radiators or something.
Tip pulls out the printed out little kind of incident report. And a couple of guys complaining that their radiators they can't turn them off. No big deal. Just break them or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just switch off the...
Let's meet up here in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So you head up and yeah, so you knock on the door, I assume?
Yeah, I knock first, and then if all I hear is groaning, I'll use the keys.
Yeah, all you hear is groaning. You use the keys, open up, and the room is, I don't know, feels a little tepid perhaps, but nothing complainable.
Yeah.
And you see Mark stick his head out. He looks a little pale, dark circles around his eyes. Tekla.
Hey, dude. Derek told me that you weren't feeling good, so I open up his dorm window or do the
Yeah. You like open up the window there. It's a window that's like right on top of the radiator that's set in the wall, and you watch as you kind of slowly. Oh, I should sit up, and he starts trying to work his way towards the blankets to pull them down, and he'll struggle to sit up. He's wearing lightsaber covered pajamas.
Of course he is. That's cute. And I'm like, here is some stuff to keep you hydrated. How long you been feeling this way, man?
I started feeling kind of crappy yesterday, and it's like Wednesday, so a day-ish.
Okay.
He takes the Gatorade and he starts drinking it a little slow. Oh, this is pretty good. I like cherry. This is nice. You're nice.
Don't spread it around.
Okay.
I've got a reputation to uphold.
Right.
Here is some popcorn. relatively easy on your stomach. If you felt nauseous or anything, or just really like slow and crappy and stuff.
I don't even feel congested. I'm not running a fever. I just feel really weak. Like I ran. I mean, I guess it's like you ran a marathon, but I've never actually run a marathon. I mostly just run when people chase me.
Same.
I'm joking though. Nobody chases me, and they have to pay attention to do that. I don't know. I just feel really. Derek said mono went around last semester.
Huh. And Tekla combs her brain for what she remembers about the mono thing last semester.
Maybe it was vaguely mentioned. Maybe there was a point where you were at the clinic and there were some people who come down with mono or were diagnosed as such.
Yeah, there was a rumor, and mono went around, and I'm like, mono symptoms into my phone and sort of compare what Matt's telling me to, whatever.
They don't exactly match up. I mean, mono, there is some energy drain related to it. You feel tired, but there are a number of other symptoms to mono that probably a professional should check out, but it's none that he is currently describing to you. He starts munching on the popcorn slowly. I got a test tomorrow. I gotta kick this. I should take some Red Bulls. Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, do you have any place else to stay for a couple days?
I mean,
like
yeah.
family in town, or
Yeah, my uncle runs the microbrew. I could stay with him. Since he going through the divorce, he's got a lot of room.
Cool. Where's your phone? I sort of glance around for it proactively.
Oh yeah, he gestures. He's got a
cool.
He's got an Android phone.
Cool. I'll hand it over to him and be like,
awesome.
Give your uncle
a call. The BB-8 background, and he takes
right.
it. He'll call up his uncle and ask to stay over there. And Jason Miranda, his uncle, says there's no problem. Like he's talking, he does that millennial thing, like he's talking on speakerphone.
Oh yeah.
Thing. So he just does that. So you get to hear the whole conversation. And he says, yeah, I'm feeling kind of crappy. I need some place to rest. So I'm out of my classmates, my roomie's way. And Jason says, yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. Do you want me to call Uber Earl and get him to take you over there? No? Well, maybe. Okay, cool. So just pack up. And so, yeah. We'll cut over to Earl. So this is like a midweek morning. Say it's Wednesday morning. Where would we find Earl and Jessica? Just drawing you both in the same. I'm hard framing you in because now that you got to do cool stuff, so I'm gonna make you do cool stuff.
What cool stuff are we doing?
I don't know. It's Wednesday morning.
Better than sleeping.
What is the chore that Brent Rodriguez has asked you to do, Jessica, that Earl has been roped into?
Let's see how this is.
Oh, that's a nice one. We're ordering new shirts for the swim team.
Nice. Okay,
we have
cool.
all these sample shirts that we're sort of trying to, turn on and get the font right and stuff like that.
Cool. This is on campus or off campus?
Well, just in the swimming pool.
Okay,
like
cool.
the side
Like
swimming pool,
area.
we have a little area there.
And Brett, of course, is doing laps. Brent's doing laps. We can see him in his Speedos and his big muscles, his lean frame as he cuts through the water like a shark. Cameras lovingly, a little bit of, guy ab, female gaze action going on there.
Sweetie, I don't
like
think
it
there's
says a
actually
large,
a
but I'm not
difference.
sure if it's like a swim team large or like a normal large.
Well,
Because with the big shoulders, they usually don't fit in the shirts.
so why am I the one here doing this? Because Wet Boy over there has the build that you're looking to match.
Well, I thought you could help me with the typesetting. Also, I thought it might go quicker, and then I can still make class.
All right.
Also, we still have to do the editing. Your last video was supposed to be up today.
Well, I finished it. Don't worry.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have to do everything, sweetie.
Okay. Stuff should get... Okay, it's good that you did it.
Earl, by the way, totally didn't do as much as Jessica would have. I mean, it's up. The video is up, but he totally was not as thorough as Jessica.
Totally half-assed it, yeah.
Nice.
So I will stand. I tell you what, I'll make you a deal, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Make you a deal. I can't help you with deciding if these are going to be the right size in the abstract because I do not have those magical powers. But I will make sure that we get the logo and typesetting right. So let's do that part, which is the part that I can actually help with.
Okay, that sounds efficient. Yes, let's do that. Maximum efficiency.
Yes.
Yes.
And
so which of these 2,000 fonts should we use?
Not Times New Roman, not Arial, and not, although for these guys, Cartoon Sans might be appropriate. I don't know. Comic Sans, might be appropriate. But no, I'll look around until I find one that looks like a sports jersey font. It has the kind of hollow bits in the middle. It looks like it should be on a jersey or a team shirt.
Yeah, you bounce through like Varsity and other fonts of that ilk, skipping over Papyrus. And
I will always skip over Papyrus.
All right, cool. Yeah, you find a selection of a few good ones. Brent comes out of the water. He does that thing where like pops up,
like a Bond girl.
His pecs, yeah, totally like a Bond girl. But we see his pecs, and he pushes himself, steps up, and grabs a towel and just lightly pats him. He's still, kind of sleek and wet. And he walks over, not dripping on the laptop.
Jessica is sort of staring at his chest, but it's totally unclear whether or not she's just admiring him or still trying to figure out if he would fit in the large.
He says, "Hey, how's it coming with the shirts? You guys are getting tees with the scoop neck and polos, right?"
Yeah, look at this. Like, we made a little preview. It looks good, right?
He comes around, puts his hand on your back as he's looking around the laptop. This looks good. I like this font. And he points at something that's almost Comic Sans-y, but not exactly. But this is good too. Which did you like, Earl?
I liked the one that's on the screen. That's why we have it on the screen.
It's a little 2002. Keep going. You got it. He slaps your back. It's good.
I'll print out a few and take them to the swim meet. We'll have the guys decide.
Oh, cool. Hey, we are actually traveling for a swim meet this weekend. I would really like it if you could come with us, Jess. We're just taking a van. It's just a swim. It's not a whole bus kind of thing.
That sounds, yeah, but I'll have to check my calendar.
Oh, sure, sure. Well, I mean, that I understand. You got a lot of people who count on you, just like the swim team does. So if you're
Yeah.
too busy, I'll break it to the team.
I'll see what I can do. I do hope you get that relay record that you were going for. So
Well, my parents can't make it to the meet. I was really hoping somebody could be there to.
oh, what's a bummer?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, Brent, take your privilege and go drip somewhere else.
He looks at you and says, "Oh, Earl, you are hilarious, man. You funny guy. Privilege. Good stuff. I work hard for what I've got, buddy. Catch you later. Keep working on the font. I know you'll pull something off."
Yeah, bye. So, we should get some coffee.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite time for. I was thinking about something. Sorry, that was Paul having a moment. So yeah, coffee. Coffee would be good. Somewhere else.
Yes, in the what is it called? Java the Hut. Java the Hut. Yes.
Yes, it's a nice day out. It's a little muggy, but not too bad.
Nice.
So
Cool. We'll cut away from you guys, and we cut back to Tekla. Mark is still in his pajamas. He's picked out some clothes from his drawers, which are underneath his drawers, or not his drawer, but you know what I'm saying. Like, he's picked out some clothes.
Yes.
And he seems nervous about getting dressed in front of you, so he's just kind of standing there holding them, looking miserable and leaning against the bunk bed.
I'll step out for a minute. It's cool. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yep. And then I do what I said I was going to do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you step out, and we see Tip and Ollie are in the hallway, and Tip says, "I can't read your handwriting, dude. Like, is this a 3 or is this a 2? This is the last time you transcribed the voicemails. This sucks."
Hey,
What's going on?
We're trying to find which room is the complaint, and I don't want to knock on the wrong door again.
I'll do it. Thanks.
Well, I think is this a 3 or is this a 2?
I look at it. What do I think?
It's in the 3 range, you think? It's 3-ish?
Looks 3-ish to me.
Cool. Yeah. You knock on the door, and you hear Jack Brown's voice. "It's open."
I open up the door.
and
Nice.
Clear, we're not on because he's right at the top of the building, isn't he?
Oh, he'd actually moved from 3rd floor down to 2nd floor this semester.
Okay.
So, and I was saying 313, but it's been like 212, 213. Sorry. I put anyway. He's on the 2nd floor. It's the same floor as you guys. Actually, just if you remember, I said it was just a couple. I mentioned it very briefly. Couple rooms down from where Derek is. So yeah, it's 213. He says it's open. You open up the door. You hear. Oh, I'm gonna punt this one to Paul. What is some kind of 70s, grooving kind of sexy song that is playing from the radio in Jack Brown's room when Tekla walks in?
it's got to be Barry.
Yeah, some Barry White playing. And what we see, right, is Jack, and you've always seen him with his Hawaiian shirt and his other shirt, and he's shirtless. He's wearing like these like Zubaz pants or something. But he's shirtless. Yes?
What's a Zubaz pant?
Oh, okay. Sorry. So Zubaz pants are like these gym pants that are like zebra or animal print color that are loose fitting and awkward looking.
Okay.
And I'm gonna Google
Oh my god,
because they're
this is
great.
happening now. Okay.
Okay. I was. That was
These are insane. These are so. You must experience Zubaz pants with me sharing this image for you guys. I'm going to infect your brain. There we go. Zubaz pants.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Men aren't allowed to make fun of ladies for wearing yoga pants for at least a year.
Those are older than yoga pants. Those are like the protozoic.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, he's wearing Zubaz pants, which we all now know what
that is now.
Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down because I showed you the picture I'm making. And he's shirtless, and he's wearing this like a little leather thong with a. Oh, I've actually got. Oh shoot! I tied it. Hold on. Like this around his neck. This little thing.
Oh, like a little pouch kind of thing.
Yeah, like a little pouch, and there's like some kind of design or something on it, and he reaches over and he grabs a shirt and he starts to slide it over his head. What do you do?
I try to commit that little design to memory.
Okay, cool.
And,
let me quickly show the audience, and I will drop you the image and share it with everybody. So it looks like that. That's what you see on the little black bag that he has around his neck.
Cool.
Then he slides the shirt over. He's East Texas University. It's like a raven. It's one of those where the raven's like an oversized head, and the beak comes over to the shoulder part of the T-shirt. It says ETU in these big block letters. Similar font to what we saw earlier because we don't want to pay that much for font, so we reused the same font that we saw in the scene with Earl.
Yeah, I mean, we have the budget for maybe 4 or 5 fonts.
Pretty much, yeah. That's max.
Yeah. So I glance back to Tip and Ole, and I'm like, cool, you having radiator problems?
No problems here, baby. Tekla, right?
That's my name.
Got a little son. Looks like a little tan. Looking good. No problems here. Everything's great. Casa de Brown.
Cool.
You want a brewski? He walks over and there's like this metal barrel. It's like this size. It's not an actual keg or anything. It's like a mini keg. It's got on the side like a water cooler kind of deal,
Yep.
Right.
Tip's like, brew dog, please.
Yeah, I just walk past the Tekla and then throw one to Tip.
Nice. Sweet.
I'm good, Jack. Thanks.
No problem.
How you been this semester? I mean, I know I bought a little Jack off you last semester, and then we kind of lost touch, and really don't see you at any of the frat parties. How you been?
What? You already forgot me, girl? I was at the row house. I was at the row house party just like a few Sundays ago. He walks over. He sits down in a papasan chair. He's got his solo cup of beer. He just kind of takes a sip. I'm doing great. And the world is my oyster. This school, like before, it was a struggle. But I've matured now. And everything's clicking for me. It's all coming up aces for Jack Brown. How about you, Tech?
You know what? It's been a good semester so far. I'm into some good projects. I think I've gotten my flow with my department. So
nice.
Yeah, things are looking good.
Math, right? Math. You're a math whiz. Good stuff. Math. It's like how you rule the world. There are formulas behind everything, right?
Usually.
Cool. You taking a semester off there, Alls?
Just doing work here and there.
Cool. Hey, man, if you ever want to pick up a little bit of money on the side, I've got some ideas. I've kind of sketched out for stuff I could do in the room. Shelving. Really jealous of how Earl's room was laid out. Good stuff.
I mean, Earl's dad has that shit on lock, though.
Right? He's
Yeah.
like Bob the Builder, but hotter. Not that but I recognize man to man.
Sure, I get it.
Cool. So yeah, somebody complained about a radiator. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. Good luck to you guys. But hey, if you want to hang out, I'm probably gonna roll up a J just a little bit. That's marijuana. Don't worry though. It's good stuff.
Whatever. I'm good and we're cool.
Yeah.
But I got stuff to do. Peace.
Sure.
So
Chip's like, you gotta go now. Oh,
Yeah.
Turns up and finishes her beer. Oh, maybe I'll be back later.
If we do we leave straight away?
I don't know. Do you?
Oh,
It doesn't seem like she wants
as
to.
soon as we're out of the
I
door.
at least pull out Tip.
Oh man. Well, if you pull
Yeah.
a tip, you might as well leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
And
soon
like,
as the door, I turn to Tekla. I'm like, okay, so this is a,
this is a thing.
are we gonna have to kill him?
Because that's free beer.
We already got free beer, so
Oh
Yeah.
Right. That brazen
Yeah.
hustle.
And like the door is shut. I'm like, Tip, you should avoid that guy. He's gone.
I'm not gonna hook up with him. I've got Derek, and I've got all the scum I need.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cool. Well then, where's our actual radiator problem then? I guess that was actually a 2. So where's
could be 2, 7, 1.
Could maybe be an 8.
cripes?
Yeah,
You
this
know
is like
what?
half our day.
That's
Actually, guys, and I like rope him up. I'm like, I will make it up to you. However, could you manufacture a floor-wide radiator problem and then have the floor evacuated?
kick the radiator like one of the valves just as soon as you say it. Off.
Cool. I'll have you act under pressure to pull off this maneuver of not actually creating a disaster that is enough to get everybody out.
Okay. 6 plus is acting pressure, so 7.
Oh yeah, it's cool. So you got
Unless
7.
Water, and then I get mine.
Sweet. Cool. So here's the deal. You can pull it off, but it looks a little obvious that you've done some damage, and it'll take you some time to fix it. But yeah, you can basically
Impulse
give me something.
control is not my biggest thing, so yeah.
All right. Cool. You hear the door click after you're finished. Is Mark Miranda? He comes out and he starts trudging his way downstairs. You guys are able to round everybody up and clear out the building. And so yeah, you clear out. Jack comes out. He like finishes off his J, takes a little bit and stubs it out, puts it back in the room, and it's Wednesday morning, so a lot of the guys are at class. Doesn't take too long to empty out the building. I assume Hip is covering for a lot of this, so you have free range of movement being player characters. So Tip will be spinning some yarn about a radiator leak emergency, and then they've got it under control. What do you want to do?
Yeah. No.
I'm off to visit my expert friend, who technically knows way more about the occult than I do.
Oh, cool. So, Jessica, where is it that we find you and Derek and Earl when Tekla and Ollie come visit? Damn it, I'm having all the player characters. I'm just hard framing all player characters in the same scene.
As Tekla and me enter the scene, I was trying to say, I'm like, so what are we doing?
I don't fully know yet. I think Mark was sick, but he's not matching up with any actual symptoms. I heard that there was some kind of mono outbreak on the second floor of the men's dorm last year, or was it the third floor? Anyways, like, Mark doesn't have mono. Those aren't mono symptoms.
I don't know.
And a lot of the guys that got mono last year, like, they didn't come back this year.
No.
All right.
Oh, it's a crazy idea, but could Mark just be sick?
All right. Let's be clear. You knew last year, so unless someone is clouding your mind with occult practices, you all knew last year that every single person on the third floor of the boys' dorm got sick, except for Jack Brown. Everybody knows this. We all know this as a fact.
Well, I assumed he just had mono before because he's like old, right?
Yeah. We also know that no single person from the third floor of that dorm returned to school this year.
We did.
All right. Except for Jack Brown.
Yeah.
We know that Jack Brown punches above his weight with the hotties.
Punches a bunch of weight with the hotties?
What?
Although he is old scum, he gets to date young, beautiful women, and it's weird.
I know, I just never heard Earl talk about the hotties before. I was confused.
I mean, he's got you, so what does he have to talk about?
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There is I know that that none of these things proves for a fact that Jack Brown is a bad guy.
So I had a vision where Jack Brown slaughtered Derek, and it wasn't cool.
What?
Wait, you have visions? What? Why have we never heard about these visions before?
Is there a way of slaughtering that is cool?
No.
Okay, just checking.
And you haven't, because frankly, it's fucked up, and I don't like to talk about it.
No. Talk about it. You said something. What?
Yeah, you're dead, man. I mean, like,
he's not dead.
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know actually. Like, I don't know how.
Fucking fix it.
So wait, whenever you wake up in the middle of the night like a pool of sweat, you're not stressing about math problems? Because that's what you said.
That is correct. I am in fact not stressing about number theory, or whatever will actually be the unified theory of mathematics.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Okay, so we should kill him, right?
I mean, hold up.
Yeah,
So
hold up.
He had a pouch on his chest, and it had a little symbol like this on it. And like, I take a moment to doodle on one of Jessica's note pages that has a nice blank space for it. And I don't know what that means.
I think it's like a constellation of the thing that old people have for grabbing jars off high shelves.
That is a problem that they have. So I feel like the gods need to give them that. No, I don't know what that means.
Does the symbol look familiar to me?
Maybe, perhaps, as an expert, you should investigate a mystery.
I should.
Do it.
Roll was sharp.
That is a 5 plus, I assume, sharp. So that is an each. And I have to investigate a mystery question somewhere in custom moves.
At 7 and 9, don't forget you can ask the keeper a general question. And I'll tell you honestly, with reasonable detail, what you discovered.
What does this symbol mean?
It is a constellation. It is not only a constellation, it's an astrology constellation, is the Scorpio.
Oh, cool. I will tell everyone this with some pride.
Okay, so
Cool.
he's a Scorpio.
Right, and this could just be some particular hippie bullshit, but I don't think that we should knock knock bang bang
No. I
here
don't think so
because
either. Except for the part where... What was he going to do with me?
Yeah. Your vision.
Twist your head off with one hand.
Ouch.
So I'm not into executing people, but
So when you said this morning, like, stay away from Jack,
uh-huh.
that was what you meant.
Uh-huh.
You're lucky that I had class, because I was this close to just going like, oh, I'll go visit Jack.
You hang out with
Yeah, I suppose next time I should make it a little bit more tailored. Anyway,
So you're not into executing people, but
we need to figure out what he's up to, if he's connected to these illnesses, and if there's something that we can fix, if we can purge him of demonic influence or whatever the fuck first.
so yes, because we're all agreed that we should keep our human body count.
single digit.
No, closer to 0.
Mm,
Like 0 would be a nice goal, but that, yeah.
you're late for that though.
To be clear, it was really only formerly human when I shot it.
Hey, no, I mean,
He was not coming back.
Yeah, but like there's a like things are getting more and more humanoid, and at some point we'll forget that there'll be like a slippery slope, and we'll end up with executing humans because we think they give people mono.
This is the shit I used to say. Just
We're not
putting it out there.
We're not gonna slippery slope on this. We know the difference. Remember that when we shot that guy, he was going to kill somebody.
Well, yeah,
So-
that was the first guy. Then there was the second guy.
What was the
Like,
second
and I
guy?
feel like we're already
I'm
like.
sure-
Oh.
Who's the second guy?
Oh, the one in the bell tower.
Yeah.
Zombie
Guy in the
boyfriend.
bell tower.
Oh.
What?
You weren't there.
Oh.
No, there was.
We had to kill the zombie boyfriend of
Ariel.
Ariel.
A
Came back.
zombie.
He came back.
Well, she tried to fix him. Didn't do it well.
Really, another one of those?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. That
So,
doesn't
like-
count.
Yeah, it does count.
It's a zombie.
Yeah, but like I know 2 points is a very short, can't indicate a trend. But yeah, this is.
Jessica, we're not murderers and we're not out to kill people, okay? That's why I'm not saying no knock knock bang bang on Jack. We need to figure out what he's doing and what we can fix. And if he tries to murder one of us, then we stop him with whatever force necessary.
And
However,
if he's a demon,
and if
I
he's
drink his
demon,
blood.
What? What? What?
No?
Dude.
I don't think you want demon blood, dude.
You've done it already.
Yeah. That was really good though.
No, it was bad for you, Derek.
You were
Oh.
drag-assing for like a whole week after that. No.
Friends don't let friends drink demon blood.
Well,
They're not-
I feel like we need like a mission statement for our group. Like there should be like some
Drink demon blood?
boundaries in place. Yes.
Specific.
why not?
Just I don't know. I'll work on it.
Okay, cool.
Can we hit the
Can we what?
the little pouch with the emblem that you showed us?
Oh, you want to nick it?
That? Are we? Is it?
It's just
Like
that's
power?
just where he keeps his weed, right?
Yeah, it
Oh.
could just be where he keeps his weed. He is a hippie. They do like new age shit.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
So we just
All this
execution.
tentative clue. Huh?
So we're just circling back to execution then.
No, we're not. We're
There
investigating.
is no
with
circle
you.
that ends in execution.
Son of a bitch. Okay, everyone shut the fuck up. Here's what we're doing. We are
Technically, circles
investigating
don't
Jack.
end at all.
Tekla, please tell us.
Earlier in the box. You've been bad. We are investigating Jack. We're investigating last year's third floor folks. Tip and Ollie have already been gracious enough to manufacture an emergency that has evacuated the second floor of the dorm.
Fix afterwards.
So there's nobody in there right now to get hurt. So we could go check it out. We could go EKG meter it. I'm going to try and do my stuff over there. We need to find more information. Oh, yeah, also Jack bragged about how everything is coming up good for him and he's matured and everything's going his way at the school now. So, you know, that's not creepy in context.
Okay.
There.
So,
All right, timeout over. Let's discuss.
investigation. Yes, let's investigate things.
Good.
Okay. I mean,
Do
I'm
we
in the
want-
dorm. I can easily keep an eye on him.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, let's take decisive action, all right? We've got the dorm empty right now.
And I don't sleep that much anymore.
Is this because of the demon blood?
No. It's because of the vampire.
That has to be both useful and really annoying.
It's like restless.
Earl
Okay,
gets
so-
up and grabs his bag and starts heading towards the boys' dorm.
Well,
Tekla, keys.
Oh, yeah. I toss keys
you.
back to him, but I follow Earl.
Yeah, I'll follow as well, but it's like, wait a minute, you have my keys.
Good call. Good catch.
All right. So do we do like a ta-da-da-da, and you guys are headed back to the dorm room with Tip still standing outside going, "I'm sorry, asshole, you have to stay away. Why don't you go to school or something like class or to Job the Hut or whatever? Stop asking."
Hey, Tip, you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry, we got to go in. Check it out. Do you guys have the hazmat suits that we'll put on when we get inside?
yeah.
Right in the back.
Yes.
Good,
Uh-huh.
good stuff. They're cleverly hidden. They're very thin. I don't care.
Microfiber. Microfiber hazmat suits. Great invention.
Nice. Cool. And as soon as you guys step in, she like steps in and kisses you, Derek, because
Yeah. And then I kiss her and I go like, oh, hey, by the way, Jack's gonna kill me.
no, I'll kill him first. Don't worry. He's outside though. Are we? Is this a big Titanic battle thing, or are we gonna blow up the dorms?
We're not going to blow up the dorms. Maybe. Possibly.
Okay.
Well, there's only one who lives here still. So.
Yeah.
Nice time. Doesn't
All right,
matter.
let's start at the top and work our way down.
Hey, Jessica. What kind of things can like unscrew heads?
Really, really strong things?
Oh yes, but like
You mean what's stronger than a vampire?
werewolves.
Okay.
And I like look over and Tip. I'm like, yep, no, she got me.
I share a little bump with Tip.
I am
Right.
never revealing any of my visions again. Never. This is why I don't do this.
Well, it's useful, but now I
Yeah.
want to know what he is, because that doesn't seem like normal person stuff.
Demon or demon possessed. There you go. Red eyes, terrible
But
strong glow.
But that's good to know.
Stop getting so excited.
All
There's-
right.
We're going to get you a 12-step program.
How is it that you guys want to conduct? I think we're going to do another like montage scene of you guys investigating the dorm rooms. Yeah, this one's like My Sharona is playing in the background because it's got a nice, good beat to it. Who wants to conduct the investigation here? Yeah.
Check out Jack's place.
Jessica is the sharpest person, so she should conduct the investigation.
Yay. That's true.
Recognize occult stuff better than us.
But yeah, checking out Jack's place, that's where the stuff will be, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Go
So we
through
just cut to you guys coming into he locked his door. So I before we cut in, maybe somebody should deal with that door.
Ollie, door's locked.
Well, Ollie, if you're here to do maintenance on the radiators, you probably have a master key. But if you,
I just want to see if he did a move.
but if you really want to break in, I'm all for it.
Or if you're doing 1 XP, yeah.
It's sharp, which is flat. So I think
he's answering by wanting to do the move.
a 7.
Okay, what do you choose? It's going wrong.
Well, I'm not looking for anything. I'm just trying to get in, so that's not up to me. I get in and out undetected. I just
All right, cool.
knock out the.
So you can't help any investigation rolls in this room
with my super sharp.
Yeah. With your well, you roll plus cool, so you're actually not bad at helping. We'll just rule that by not choosing that, you're not helping anybody in the rolls for investigation.
I basically shoulder barged the door open.
Yeah, cool. You guys come in. The place smells a little bit like pot. There's a papasan chair. There's a keg. There are a number of cool swinging posters. Just like a few lava lamps. And a lot of clothes. His closet's filled with different Hawaiian shirts, enough for like he could go 2 weeks without ever washing one, always wear a fresh one. He actually has 4 pairs of Crocs. And he's got some like how to pick up the ladies books, some old business books, Idiot's Guide to Limited Liability Partnerships. I think he actually has his textbooks, which do not look well used at all. But let's see if find anything else.
All right, I'll roll for everyone. Such responsibility. That's
Someone helping Jessica.
That would be good because it's a 9.
Yes.
How do we see Derek helping out?
What was Jessica doing exactly?
We're investigating the room.
Yes.
If you want, I can divide it into quadrants, and we can each go through a quadrant, and I pick a quadrant that has no clothes in it. Just all look really gross.
Super speed and heightened sensors.
I'm just going like speedy. Like yep.
Okay. Flash. Sweet. Go ahead and ask your question then. With a 10, you get a couple.
So I help.
All right. Let's see if you can pull it off. See if you are engaged in any problems, Derek.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Oh wait, well it was cool. Yeah, that's still 7.
Right. Are you saying you have no cool? Okay.
I'm saying I'm not very cool.
All right. That pushes it to a 10, but if there are any repercussions,
it goes to me.
It goes to you. What are your questions, Jessica?
So we get 2 general questions and 1 specific question, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do we find anything supernatural or hinting towards the supernatural? I guess that would be a specific question.
Check through all the mundane items. You don't find any like how-to rituals. You don't pick up even like the beginnings of someone who would have interest in the occult here. It is really mundane. In fact, it is not unlike somebody who's got a wine appetite and a beer budget. A lot of corners are cut and trying to make things happen in the Jack Brown world. What you do get, though, is there's a bunch of energy here, remnants of energy that have been drawn to this area. It's like an aftertaste, and you feel the essences of other people that have been pulled in this area. There's no pull at the moment, but you get that sense because you're good at this stuff.
But just the energies of also mundane people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Since
Oh,
I
wait,
have
we have two more. Yeah, go on.
Oh, go ahead. Ask your questions.
No, I was going to talk and think at the same time, so please do.
Is it possible that I could plant a camera to give us surveillance?
Do you have a move for that? If not, then it'll be an act under pressure to pull it off. But
I think Earl certainly has the equipment. He doesn't necessarily have a move.
I don't think he does either. I just wanted to double check there wasn't something I had forgotten.
No, there's nothing specific.
Cool. Why don't you act under pressure to hide a camera?
I will do that.
Right.
Dun 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 dun. That is a 12.
Wow! Have you advanced that?
No.
Okay. Well, still
Sadly.
awesome. Where is it that you hide it? He will never find it.
He's got a... Oh, actually, I hide it in the base of one of the lava lamps.
Nice. Nice. Are you trying to get a better view of like the bed or the main kind of living area? Where does it generally focus? I imagine it's a wide angle, so you'll have a pretty good look at most.
I think the center of the focus is sadly the bed.
All right.
Gross, but probably necessary.
Yes.
Cool.
And I can... the signal should go far enough for me to pick it up on my laptop in Derek's room.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
The intent.
So do we skip ahead to you guys in Derek's room? Checking stuff out?
Jessica still has 2 more questions.
Oh gosh, let's do that. Sorry.
That's okay.
I thought it was either or. I thought it was one specific or 2 general. That's fine though. What other questions do you have?
Now I want to see. Oh yeah, it is 2 specific or 1. Yeah, one specific or 2 general. Yes, we're good.
Okay. If you have some follow-ups, I don't want to cut us short if you guys had other stuff.
I did not have follow-ups.
Sweet. Was that a specific question though?
I don't know.
Well,
just advocating
another question. Do you have another question? Since you guys are all helping work, does anyone else have a question that you want to funnel through your investigator, your lead investigator?
Who in the faculty has he most been interacting with?
Ooh, interesting. I had not considered that, so give me just a moment to check my notes. I am going to say that you find a number of older papers graded from previous semesters by Dr. Felicia Stamps, a grad student who works under Dr. Trina James, the department head for the TV department. In fact, you would know Dr. Stamps pretty well, Earl, because of your media studies.
Yeah, Stamps was involved in that movie murder thing.
She was indeed. She's currently, she's currently dealing with that and has taken a leave of absence from.
No, well,
Since that one doctor has been arrested.
Actually, Dr. Felicia is also like on a leave of absence as she deals with fallout from that.
Yeah. Hmm.
She was the director of DW versus RBS 6.
So I'll just wave that paper towards the rest of the team and be like, hey guys, check this out. It's coincidental, but it's stinky.
Yes, everything here is stinky.
No blood
I mean,
though.
it is a man's room.
Dude.
Blood.
All right.
Saying. There's no blood.
I like flick Derek on the forehead.
Hey, easy there. That's my man. I have to defend him and stuff. I am stronger than he is.
I'm faster though.
Go easy on him.
It's not a brag.
Cool. That in scene for you guys. Anything else you wanted from Jack Brown's room?
Nope.
Awesome.
I
Let's.
think we'll have a very cozy get together in my dorm room.
It'll be fun. It'll be cute. It's like Night Trap, but different. Cool. So it's 2 minutes till the end of the hour. Let's go ahead and take a 7-minute bio. So we'll meet at 5 minutes after the hour, and we'll pick back up. See you guys in a few. Ah, nice bit of spearmint gum, chewed rapidly until it lost most of its sugar.
How it should be.
That's how it should be, but often I'll keep chewing it until it gives me a headache because it's lost all the sugar and I'm still chewing it.
Mm.
So
Thanks for the bio break call, Paul.
Oh, yeah, it was Paul. Yes, thank you, Paul, for that. So this little bag that is actually a Christmas present from a number of years ago from one of the people in my long-running vampire game that I ran in college. And it has in the bag cool dice. Little teeny tiny dice.
Nice.
Yeah. Even a percentile. So it's the full set.
Cute.
I wish I had a second D6 because then I could just play PBTA games with these teeny tiny little dice. But then I'd lose them. Say what, wireless headphones person?
I said, not if you put them in a pop-o-matic bubble.
Ooh. Did you finish the pop-o-matic bubble? You did, right?
I did. Do you need to see it?
I need to see it again. Yes.
All right, just a sec.
We've mentioned the pop-o-matic bubble. We must see the pop-o-matic bubble.
A little bit hard to see because the dice are clear. But yeah, it's my own.
Hold it up a little higher. It's so great.
Yep, it's 2d6 in one pop-o-matic bubble. Yeah.
Is it? I mean, have you found it's relatively randomized?
It's not great. I'm gonna be clear about that. But you're going to get different numbers because ideally for full randomness in any kind of dice rolling device, you want the dice to hit 3 surfaces before landing on the play surface and rolling to a stop. This is going to have at most 2 strikes before something like that. So the randomness is not going to be that good.
I can't believe
it's a pop-o-matic bubble, so I don't care.
Just whipped out the 3-strike surface thing.
That was a nerdy answer.
Remember that I worked in a comics and games store for 13 years with a vast array of wargamers, role players, and so on. And that I have listened to multiple rants by the dude who founded the Game Science Dice Company.
Yeah, and to me, I'm just like, that's great that it's random, but those dice are fugly, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not going to own those because they're ugly and they're really expensive.
Some of the recent sets look a lot better, but I agree that most of them are really unattractive.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, like, the first couple batches were ugly, and so my brain just labeled it as ugly and I don't look anymore, but I'm probably wrong. Like most things. Anyway, all right. We pick up with you guys sitting in Derek's room, kind of cramped. Matt isn't here. I called him Mark, and I'm sorry about that. I don't know why the name Mark jumped into my brain. It's Matt Miranda, so my apologies. Matt has gone to spend the night with Jason Miranda, his uncle, and it is the 5 of you. Is Tip along? Totally cool. She is risen.
Yes.
All right. So Tip is probably pulled out, and she's looking at this basic. You see, she's got the lid of a box, a red box, and she's looking inside at the stuff inside of a basic box of D&D. It's not the original Mincers or anything like that. It's the one like where they re-released it, but used the same dragon art and everything like that. And she's looking inside. She's sitting up on Matt's bed and she's looking inside, just chuckling to herself like, wow. And you guys are huddled around the laptop. We do the proverbial time passes clock kind of spinning around thing. Who falls out? Like, who falls asleep first?
No.
No,
Jessica totally falls asleep.
Jessica, you keep getting texts or like questions about all the things that you've committed to. How are you responding to that?
Well, she's trying sort of slowly, like, sorry, because it goes ding every time. She's like, sorry, ding, sorry. And then she finally puts them on silent, but then without the constant stimulus of things, she just slowly drifts off and falls asleep on Ollie's shoulder.
On Ollie's shoulder.
Oh, he's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I didn't think it was any kind of thing, but it was not Earl's shoulder. Earl, you're like made for this stuff, right? You've watched video feeds for extended periods of time for work, right? Not in a creepy way.
Totally not in a creepy way. You are correct. But yeah, no, I've watched hours and hours of footage in order to edit stuff down, things like that. So this is not this isn't super uncomfortable or even particularly boring to me.
Nice. Now, is this a black and white? Is this a the kind of camera that's it's just like the night vision stuff? Is it a color camera? What you tell me? It's whatever model you say is what you.
I think it's basically just the equivalent of a decent webcam, with a fairly wide angle.
Cool.
So Earl wouldn't have had like an infrared or low light camera with him. Totally
get that. It makes perfect sense. So we go through a little bit of time. We saw the clock going by. Attractive co-ed comes in, hangs out with Jack. We fast forward a little bit of time. She leaves. Jack's very happy. He ends up laying back on his papasan. A train goes by. And then about midnight, the first thing that happens is that Jessica, you actually see Jessica who's out by this point.
And snoring.
Yeah, it's out and snoring. It's really sexy. On your shoulder, Ollie, you see her, like, first thing, her snoring dies down. And then she actually breathes out. And you swear you see almost like a misty breath come out. And then you see the shirt that Jack's wearing. Like, there's a little faint glow. It's hard to color correct for that because it's a webcam. And then Jessica continues to. It's like a white T-shirt. He doesn't sleep in the Hawaiian shirts because they're harder to wash. It's just like a regular white T-shirt. And it's the tiki doll. Like, we're going Hawaiians. This is totally a Brady Bunch thing. It's the Brady. No, it's not. Okay. Anyway, sorry. No. So his chest glows for a moment, and Jessica continues to just exhale like that, very, very softly, faint, and you can see. If you look to the side, it's almost like she's blowing out her breath on a cool, cool winter morning.
I look around. Is anyone else not awake still?
I don't know. Is anybody else not awake? This is like
everyone asleep.
I'm awake.
After midnight. Yeah, it's.
Yeah. No, I'm still watching the feed.
What about Tekla?
I brought a little bit of work with me, so I'm like scratching some notes and looking up at the feed and kind of looking around at the people around me sometimes.
I want to say Derek is the nearest person to me, so I kick him in the leg.
What?
And just like just gesture to the,
I'll probably like
coming out
actually
from Jessica.
draw a finger through the misty breath.
Oh, cool. So you draw a finger through the misty breath, and you feel like your hand feels better. Like you draw a little bit of sustenance from it. Oh, by the way, Jessica, go ahead and mark 2 harm. Yeah, that's what you feel. Derek, what do you do?
I mean, I'm just going like, what the fuck is that? I'm not doing that.
And I like glance over now. I feel like what the fuck is a good trigger to be like, what?
I also look.
Cool. Yeah, you guys can see this kind of misty breath coming from Jessica's unconscious form.
I kick Jessica in the shins.
Nice. It's a shin kicking episode. Jessica, you snort awake. You feel really drained.
Oh.
I will
Was
get
I
up.
asleep? I feel really groggy.
Quick, eat up the mist in front of you.
What? I'm not hungry. What?
There's no more mist. You see it no longer. Jack's chest is still glowing, though.
This is like really
Wait, so that fucking pouch like an essence stealing thing?
Ah, fuck. Okay, let's go upstairs. Oh wait, he's down the hall. Whatever. Let's go to his room.
What are we doing?
Jack's pouch is stealing your soul.
Yeah.
What? It's my soul.
We know. We want you to have it back.
Okay, so are you guys heading out of Derek's room down to Jack Brown's room at 213?
Yep, absolutely.
And Earl has his gun tucked in the back of his pants.
Nice. Tekla. Everybody else heads into the hall. When you walk into the hall with them, you actually see coming from the room across the way from 213, there's a faint little mist that's rolling underneath the door, making its way towards 213.
I try to like reach out to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
send
rolling
it
along
back.
the floor. So, like, do you drop down and kind of put your hand through it? Is that what you're doing?
I like squat down low. And I'm gonna try to push it back where it came from.
Ooh, that is weird. I think you're using magic here.
Mm-hmm. Sword dice don't count. Oh my god, I have to get this guy. There you are. Right behind my big ass new printer. After blowing off a cat hair, 2 cat hairs. Alright, that is 9 on the dice, so a 12.
It's a weird ritual, but maybe other people should be blowing cat hairs off their boxcars.
You advanced use magic, so...
I did.
Holy crap!
So I send this poor person's essence back to them so that they don't lose it right now. And something else happens.
I know, with a 12 plus, the keeper will offer you some added benefit. Which do you want more? Do you want for all of the essence, like you've stopped it? You've stopped what's going on here. Do you want to pull all of the essence back to this across the hall roommate? Or do you want to get +1 ongoing against Jack Brown? Your choice. You can heal someone, or you can give yourself a benefit.
I heal someone.
Nice. Nice. Cool. So yeah, you pull that, and we actually see that everything drawn back. So you didn't just kind of stop it, but then there's a flow that backs like you. It went from suck to blow.
Yep,
Sorry,
that person's going to wake up feeling actually refreshed tomorrow. It's going to be nice for them.
That was this baseball reference for anyone that was counting.
Yes, thank you, Mega Man.
Sorry, I've never made a Spaceballs reference line quote during a game, so I have to pause for a second.
Seriously, never?
Wow.
Not to my recollection. You were definitely not playing with dolls, sir. Okay. Cool. Yeah. You guys see. So here's the deal. Your spooky can see this stuff easily. What you see is that Tekla, once you got to Jack Brown's door, she dropped down. She like stuck her hand in the middle of the floor, like she was not karate chopping, but like slow motion Hong Kong Phooey action, and then kind of drawing her hand across for a moment. But you didn't see any of this essence, misty breath, whatever stuff going on.
I mean, there's still a good guess of like.
Yeah, it's a fair guess.
Did you see some of that? Did you see some Jessica flowing down there or something?
Well, it was probably some like Richard or John or whatever, whoever lives here. But yeah, I did. It's gone back to where it belongs.
So do we knock or do we just bust the door down?
It seems like busting time.
Yay, busting!
All right, cool. Why don't you go ahead and kick some ass on that door?
All right, I will.
Plus tough.
Yeah, I'm pretty tough now.
And to be clear, just
I'm pretty tough, but not tough enough for a 4.
Defeated by a door. Paul, what were you about to say?
Jack was asleep on the feed when this started happening to Jess.
We've not been looking at it for.
Did someone help me bust down the door?
No. Here's the deal. It's not that you can't kick down a door. You preternaturally fast vampire monster. It's just exactly how much noise you made.
Okay.
So what you do is you kick right
noise and stumble inside.
Yeah. It's a metal door, so it like bends in and makes an incredible amount of noise, and then it kind of walks its way open. But Jack is 100% awake at this point. He springs out of bed, and all you see in his room is like the low light of the lava lamps that are on. He like
Morning,
pops
Jack.
up. He's in a pair of boxers, not boxer briefs, boxers, and his t-shirt. The glow has stopped, and his hair. Remember, he's kind of balding, so his hair's a little askew, right? It's almost Wolverine, but not exactly. And you say, "Yeah, morning, Jack." It's, whoa! What the hell are you guys doing? I have to pay for that door.
Can you kindly hand over the bag around your neck? Fast like, come on.
He just kind of reaches. Whoa, man, that's not cool. That's totally not cool. It's theft.
I said fast like, get.
No.
Earl draws his gun.
No!
Nice. You hear a door open down the hall. What? Shut up!
What is that? Oh, that's just
Some guy down the hall.
People down the
yelled
door.
back.
Okay,
Sorry.
I thought,
Jack says,
maybe like Jack was talking to.
Jack says, "You don't want to do that, man. That's not cool at all."
Do the voice.
Yeah, character the voice. And she's like, Jessica starts pulling on Earl's gun arm.
So I mean, I'm going to do the voice, but I'm going to also just read out the first line of that move. When you gaze into a normal human's eyes. So
Yeah.
I'm basically just going like, Jack, give me the bag.
Awesome. You don't
And then
roll
going
them.
to go like, Jack, come on.
By the way, out of character, does it sound different, his voice, when...
Oh,
It's
yeah,
totally-
of course.
you
There's
actually
like a little bit of a reverb to it, like,
Yeah.
put down the bag.
There's a special effect.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, post-production action. We have Earl do it in a weird kind of canon breaking way.
Is there always like a close-up shot of his mouth and like that little reverb? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like totally Preacher style.
Nice. I love it. We don't have budget for fonts, but we got that. Awesome.
We have enough budget for papyrus.
Sad. He doesn't respond to it. He says, put the gun down. Earl. Okay, man, this could get way uncool.
Yes, it gets.
Sorry, that took a second. It is already way uncool, man. You were sucking my girlfriend's soul.
What? Guys are crazy. I'm gonna call the security now. And he starts walking over towards the, one of the phones that they have in each room.
I'll start walking towards him as well.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Say again. What, Alex? What did you say for Ollie?
As he starts saying that, I would also kind of meet him at the phone.
Me too.
Nice. Okay.
I'm
Well,
constantly there in between him and the phone.
awesome. Here's what he does. You guys start to move over. He takes a step and like wall runs a step up off the wall to try to interpose himself, like not interpose, but cause you to be interposed between him and dude with gun. And he's gonna grab your wrist, Ollie, and he starts to twist it. He's like, I will hurt you, man. And his grip is strong like a vice. What do you do?
I instantly go for just knife into wrist.
Yes, kick some ass.
It's like, I can feel that that's not human. That's, we're allowed to kill things that aren't human. Right?
That's obviously.
Let's go for it.
Especially if they're trying to fucking kill us. Sucking souls out of people.
3 and tough, so 10.
Sounds so disappointed, but okay. With a 10, you get to choose an extra effect. What's the damage of your knife?
I think it's 2.
Awesome. He breaks your wrist. You take 3 damage. Yeah, 3 damage from a broken wrist. It's compound. So go ahead.
Effect. Or 10 plus.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your effect? That's what's coming unless you do something else.
Yeah.
If you suffer less harm, it's just sprained.
1 forward to another hunter.
Oh, so you're letting me break your wrist?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Awesome. So he breaks your wrist, and it hurts a lot. You get +1 forward, so he's overextended, like he's twisted that wrist down. You stabbed him in the hand. It's bleeding. Like he takes damage from it. He takes 2 harm. There's no armor for this guy. Yeah, it's still stuck in there.
Ah,
Oops.
That's not good.
I'm gonna buckle to the ground.
Sweet. Oh, great question. I actually had not said that at the top. Anyone who had harm should have had it healed by this point. That's one of the reasons I wanted to skip.
When you said like we'll skip a few weeks, I was like, oh yeah, no, that means harm is gone.
Yeah, all the harm is shaken out for you guys.
You say that's 2 harm, by the way.
I said it was 3 harm, and if you'd taken 1 less, taking it down to 2, it would have been a sprain. So
Yeah.
3 harm. And my harm move is so it's intense pain. It hurts a lot. Like you see your bone, a little chicken wing bone.
Like through? Or
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, he twisted your wrist around, it popped, and you can see a little bit of the bone like jutting out. And some meat and a lot of blood. You're in extreme pain.
So
I'm gonna
go
move
ahead.
to Ollie. But yeah, you do whatever action thing you want to do, and then I'm probably gonna try to reverse some time on what happened to Ollie's wrist and heal him a bit.
That's crazy. I love it. Okay, cool. So let's resolve our preternaturally fast vampire, but then we will see how that
Okay.
works.
I will try to take advantage of the situation where he's off balance and try to like reach into his shirt and grab the bag from.
Ooh, nice. Okay, cool. So you're taking your +1 forward. So you do that, and you're going to need to act under pressure to snag that bag from him.
Would you say that I'm charging into immediate danger without hedging my bets?
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the only hedge I could see is if we said the fact that you're going with your whole crew, but I'm okay with it being like, no, we're doing this right now. So go ahead.
Okay. Because that gives me another +2 forward on my attack pressure. Huh. So that's a 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's just an 8.
It's an 8. Awesome. You can take the bag, but he's reaching. Oh, sorry.
You say, have you added the +1 forward?
Yes, I did.
It was a crap roll.
Yeah.
You can snag that bag away, but if you do, you're opening you're opening up to him, and he will reach and grab your neck and hurt you a whole lot. And you have flashes of this thing that Tekla described to you.
But yeah, now totally doing it.
Awesome.
Because it needs to happen.
You reach for the bag. He reaches up and grabs for your throat. And when you yank the bag away, he actually pulls this part, the collarbones meet. He reaches in, you can feel his fingers dig in, and he yanks out your collarbone. Like, snaps it out. And you hear, like, twigs snapping. And you take 4 harm from that wound. Is everybody okay? Does anybody need me to, like, roll back? We're good? Okay, just checking in. I wasn't going to get too gory with the description.
Do I need to? What's the harm roll for that again?
Oh yeah, what's the harm roll? So you take the 4, and that means it's unstable. And if you were immortal, you would pass out from that. Like, I would just take you out. But because you're monstrous, you don't. You get to feel it.
All right.
Cool. And so he has that. It is a big, long, sharp bone. And you hear Tip start to wolf out. Earl, I'm curious what you're doing. I know that Tekla's intent is to do the time thing, but I want to check in with Earl because he kind of started the gun aiming before everything broke bad here. So
yeah, Jessica has let go of Earl's gun arm by now. It's fine. It's good. Do the thing.
Yeah, this is not a quiet gun, and we are in a enclosed space with cinder block walls, so this is going to be really loud. But I shoot him in the head. It won't do any good because we haven't destroyed the phylactery yet, but
go ahead and kick
maybe
some ass.
soon. All right, this is only +1. That's a 5.
You rolled a total of 5?
No, that was the total. Total.
Total of 5. Awesome.
Can Jessica help in some way?
I don't know. Can Jessica help
awesome.
in some way?
Let me see. That would probably involve magic.
Oh, when you successfully help out another hunter, they get +2 instead of
I know they get
+1.
+2 instead of +1.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Let me tell you what's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't successfully help,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately,
Earl is shooting one of us.
Wolf Tip gets shot in the back.
Oh, that is nasty. Well, there was a thing that Jessica wanted to do. And sort of went kind of fast, but I think we can get, which was enchant Earl's weapon.
Oh. So you want to is your help kind of trying to snap cast some kind of enchantment to it? That sounds cool.
Oh yeah, or maybe the bullet sort of takes a turn.
A magic turn.
He curves the bullets.
Curse.
Up and back, up and back. Okay, cool.
I guess that would be a magic roll instead of a helping roll. Well, I don't know. Help
I
roll,
think it's
magic
a helping roll. I think it's still it still falls in the help where the color is that you're doing the magic, but
Ooh, that's a 10 on a help. That's nice.
oh
That's
man,
Sorry.
dang it! I want Tip to get hurt again. All right, fine. You shoot him. Go ahead. Your damage from the revolver is how much?
I have to check. I forgot to put it on the
Okay.
sheet.
You get
but
the pocket knife, but we didn't put the for the gun. But I know you're carrying it, so
the pocket knife was always there.
no.
I just haven't. Mundane.
Well, okay, cool. So, yeah, you shoot him in the side of the head, and we see it. Like it hits him in the side of the head, and he staggers back. 2, by the way. 2? Cool. 2. But then he flings that collarbone at you, and it hits you for 2, and it sticks. It basically, the sharp point of the collarbone hits you in the chest, and it sticks in there.
Ouch.
And it hurts a lot. So you take 2 harm, and I think you drop your gun.
Okay.
So we know what Jess was doing. She was helping you out. Now let's roll to Tekla as you're trying to save a wrist.
All right, so that is 6 on the dice. So that's a 9.
A 9er. Cool. And you're doing use magic, correct?
Yeah.
So let's just take a look here. I know what you want to do is some kind of time thing. With use magic, that's observe another place or time, but you can heal 1 harm from an injury, and it could be that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's the effect that I'm going for. The style of it
sounds awesome.
That
I love it. I just want to be clear that it doesn't make all the harm go away. What it does is it pops the bone back in, and the bone pops back in, and so your wrist is broken. But it is no longer a compound fracture, and you're sitting at 2 harm, Ollie. So, yeah. Yes?
Isn't there a glitch on the 7 to 9?
Oh, there is. Please choose your glitch. Thank you for that.
Is my arm just going to get unbroken like as soon as the fight's over?
You're muted.
Yeah. The effect is weakened. Or short duration. Oh, you muted yourself, Jim.
So, no, I'm not going to choose temporary. That's a dick move. Weakened, come on, no. Let's see. Immediate unwelcome attention seems not relevant. Redundant, yeah. Problematic side effect, and I will take 1 harm.
All right, cool. How do you imagine this harm looks? Is it just a like immediate nosebleed kind of thing from the magic?
Yeah, and like...
And you feel the worm move in your head. Like it shifts somewhere in your head, and it gives you like a really splitting headache. You can push through, but it's there, and it's probably not something you normally feel.
Yeah, no, I cry out a little bit and like cover my eyes because it's one of those like blinding headaches.
Sweet. So we swing back to Ollie and Derek, who are face to face with Jack, and he's luckily been able to force Earl to lose his gun. So now he is grabbing for the bag from you, Derek. He's really fast. He's about as fast as you are. So he is reaching for the hand that has the bag. And what are you doing, Derek?
I'm going to try and bite the hand that's reaching for me.
That sounds amazing. Why don't you kick some ass?
Is it the hand with the knife through, or is it the unknifed hand?
Oh, you actually stabbed him in the left hand. He's grabbing with his right, so the knife is still in the left. Like, I'm imagining you stepped in, like, right in the wrist, you know? Like, maybe see a little blade poking out.
That will be a 9.
Niner. All right. Guess you get to swap some damage.
Yes, but that's good because I'm actually trying. I'm draining some damage from him as well.
That's true. That's true.
And I'll spend my second hold from what could go wrong to inflict +1 harm. So I only inflict 2 harm, but I mean I heal for 2.
Nice. Let's give the heal for 2 because he grabs hold of your hand and actually slides your fingers and snaps them back, and the bag drops to the ground. But then you drain that hand, or you drain some of the blood from him. It tastes freaking amazing.
Yay!
Yeah, this is the healthiest person you have ever tasted. Healthiest living thing you have ever tasted.
Oh, it doesn't taste like licorice? Oh, man.
No, it does not taste like licorice. It does not taste like imp or demon or anything like that. Sorry. So he's forced you to drop out the bag, and you would have taken 1 harm from that, but you heal 2. So you're doing okay. Doing okay. Sorry. 2 harm from the finger damage, and you healed 2 by draining.
Okay.
And
so basically, I'm not healed.
The fingers like back.
Yeah, they kind of snap and then they curl back. That's wicked. I love that. Ollie, what are you doing? You see this whole fight, and you see the bag fall to the ground, and Jack's eyes follow it. He's still got his blood dripping from that. He's still got the knife in his arm. He's doing well.
I try and like run in like and try and kick the bag away while also grabbing for the knife to attack.
Nice.
I'm
So
tempting to try and knock the bag away, but that's not the main focus.
the main focus is grabbing the knife.
Getting the knife and doing
Okay.
it. I've taken damage, so I get I think, I forgot what the move's called. I think it's whatever doesn't kill me or something. What
does not kill me? If you've suffered harm in a fight, you gain +1 ongoing until the fight is over. That is awesome. Let's say then you're trying to kick some ass, but if you get a 10+ and choose an extra effect, you can do that of the force them where you want them, and that's you kicking the bag away. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that's a 8 plus a 4. So yeah, 12.
12? Oh, you've advanced that, if I remember correctly. So pick your enhanced effect.
Yeah.
Should I tell you what harm would be coming your way? He will rip off your ear.
Suffer no harm at all. I like my ears.
Okay. Cool.
I want to do the, just about moving quick enough in his state at the moment to kind of.
Yeah. He reaches up for your hand, for your head, and you can feel his fingers. So you just snatch your head away, and
I yank out the knife, and then try and just plunge it back in.
Nice. So yeah, that's
Ed. I really want to try and get in where that bullet grazed.
cool. Well, with the 12+, that's where you drive it in the side of his head. You could actually. The blood starts to come out of his eyes, right? And you know that knife is good and in there. And that does quite a bit of damage to him. Like, he should be dead at this point.
Yeah. I back away a bit, expect him just to fall over and. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So you back away a bit, and that's when the wolf tip dives in and bites at his side and just starts to rip at his side. You can see the teeth dig into his skin. That bag is out of his grasp. And so I will look to Jessica and Earl.
Is the bag within our reach, or is it like on the other side of the room? Or
I think that it was probably just kicked near you, but not right away. You need to make a grab for it.
Okay.
Possibility of getting trampled by a giant wolf.
Jessica will make a grab for it.
Awesome.
That is probably not a stat that she has. That would be
Act under pressure.
Oh, that's not so bad. I think I read about these things. Yes. Yep, that's a 13. All right.
Wow. So pressure acting.
Now we have it. Now what do we do with it? Woo.
You haven't advanced that, so it's still just a +2. So yeah, you snatch up the bag, you have it, and there's you can feel a little bit of the after effects. It isn't focused on you, but this bag is very powerful magic.
Is there something solid in there? Or is it like squishy?
It feels like there are things inside there, possibly like little bones and some other artifacts in there. What do you do?
I don't want to squish it.
This bears further study, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Damn it. Is it like, can I, like, now that the bag is no longer in possession of Jack, does it show? Like, is he less strong now? Is he?
Doesn't show yet.
Damn it.
So I watch this sort of trouble going on with Jessica and her eyes clouding, and I'm just like, God damn it, it's not fucking worth it. And I specifically whammied the bag. I turned it into powder.
Ooh, sweet. Let's see if you can pull that off.
Please do not miss.
I'm curious what Earl is doing watching this trouble that Jess was having doing the right thing after arguing it earlier.
Well, it's only a few seconds, and if Tekla hadn't done something, or it doesn't work.
11 on the dice, so it's a 14. So
yeah, Earl doesn't have to actually act on the.
Oh, but you have that knowledge.
Crisis of
You
conscience.
saw
Yes,
it.
I saw it.
You saw the weakness. She protested too much there. So cool. What does it look like when you destroy this bag with your big whammy?
It looks a little bit like it was trapped in a mirror house. So it's sort of, or it's like a duplication error that you might see in a video game. So it like is a little shape like this, and then another little shape like it sort of flows out, another one, another one, another one. And each one is a little more decayed than the last. And then it just snaps apart in this little break of light and dust and
Sweet.
powder.
The moment that explosion happens, Jack's knees buckle, and then there's the terrier shake from Wolf Tip as she rips out part of his side, and he slumps over with that knife still in his head, and he is quickly dying. What do you do? Anyone can answer. If not, he'll just expire. Make a good vampire, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's just that blood still probably tastes good.
What is he dying from?
He's dying from being stabbed in the head, shot in the head,
right.
and
We did
ripped
all of
by a
those
giant
things.
wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really put a band-aid on that.
Yeah, no.
No.
All right. One chance for somebody to object to me dropping him in the lake with the gators. Anybody? Bueller.
Shouldn't I just try to make him?
No. See you in 5 minutes.
You're gonna wormhole then, right? Roll plus weird.
All right. All right, to 12.
Nice. And so we will end the session with Tekla
Splash.
grabbing the dying form of Jack Brown and winking out of existence. As far as you know, going through a wormhole. You've seen it before. It's probably no big deal. But she rolled really well. So, yeah, it's probably exactly what she intended. But I think that's where we'll end the session. Good. All right. Let's do this end of session stuff.
Oh, shit.
Did you conclude the current mystery?
I think so.
We
you say-
Revenge for Mono.
we concluded a mystery that has been ongoing since the second session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Catching up. Extra credit.
19
yeah.
sessions later, finally.
Oh, yeah, the essay is due tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
See. Okay. Did you say someone from certain death or worse?
Maybe not.
I mean, my head didn't get squeezed off.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we did. Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
That's what you get from telling us that my head's gonna get squeezed off. Then, if
It's
it
true.
doesn't happen-
Oh, and you averted the fate, so don't you get an XP there, Tekla?
I do. I marked it.
And did you learn something new and important about the world?
No,
Eh.
no.
Very
you already-
stand -1 collarbone.
Could have learned so
Yeah.
much though if we only studied the bag.
Yes.
Mhm. Did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Is that the part where you were going for the?
Yeah, Earl did.
Yeah, you did.
So I think yes.
All right, cool. That will be 2 XP for everyone.
Ding.
Good job, everybody. You guys ready to do a little bit of roses and thorns, and we'll close it up?
Yeah.
Right. So Alex is the first to say something. So Alex is the first person who gets to go for thorns. What thorns do you have from today's session?
Maybe it wasn't that kind of episode, but we didn't get a huge amount of little quiet character moments. Maybe I'm
That's
straight
true.
away, but
That's a fair point. Did not get many quiet moments. There was not a whole lot of interpersonal stuff. I move things pretty fast. Any others? All right. Thank you very much. Jan, what thorns did you have from today's session?
Though it was cool that he ripped out my collarbone, he didn't try to rip off my head.
He didn't.
Derek's going to get on Tekla's case about how she was wrong.
It was coming. It was coming.
It turned out 100% accurate.
Any other thorns from you, Jan?
No.
Jules, what thorns did you have?
I got nothing.
Okay, back to Jen. Jen, what thorns did you have?
I liked everything. This was a really snappy session, honestly. So that was good. No, I can't really think of anything.
Okay.
I'll come back around to it if I do.
All right, Paul, what thorns did you have, sir?
less a thorn and more a reminder for you and Jules that Jessica has a beginning of session move as well.
She doesn't.
Oh.
Didn't you chuck that when you
Only
switched?
more.
No,
I think.
I have one for the cult. It's true.
I do.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, you have a
You're
new
right.
one.
The beginning is, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not so good at those because when I GM Apocalypse Roll, I kind of don't like those moves, so I tend to not enforce them as a player. But I know they're there, and we should be using them. Like,
You're right. I mean, you switched this playbook for a reason. You're not going to get a whole lot of use out of it if we don't do that. Thank you,
That's
Paul, for that.
And actually, I'm going to come back to what Ollie said, partially because I have business that I want Earl to be able to take care of. I do need, at some point soon, a little bit of room to breathe, because I really want Earl to have the chance to tell Jessica why he's all of a sudden carrying his gun everywhere and can call people and get boats and things like that.
I would like to see that, so I will make space for it. Thank you for highlighting that.
That's it for me.
Okay, we'll stay with you for roses then. What roses did you have to hand out?
I liked the increasing friction over the mission statement. I liked that it hasn't sunk in yet to everybody that we actually did kill a dude who was just a dude wearing a bag. So
Wearing a bag. Oh,
a bag.
no. Yeah.
So that'll be real fun once that sinks in. And I liked the that you did not pull punches, Rich.
Thank you. It's hard. It's like every time I said the gross thing, I'm like, oh, is that too much? Did I go too hard?
And I will never again be able to say that I've never had a character pierced in the chest with someone else's collarbone.
That's what I'm
Never
hearing.
have I ever. You're going to lose from now on.
I know, it's terrible.
Oh, that's great.
That's it.
Thank you, Paul. Jen, what roses did you have?
Goodness. I did like finally wrapping up Mono Floor. It's good to pull the pin out of that and crumple up the paper and throw it in the bin. That's nice. And yeah, the fight was awful and punchy, and we all got to do our stuff. So that was pretty good. A lot of bloody, terrible fighting, honestly, for these last couple sessions. I gotta say, I found the in-character bickering to be a little irritating, but like it's fun to see that people have different perspectives. So that was cool.
Do you want to tease out a little bit more? Were there any aspects of that we could trim and pare back so that it isn't irritating for you?
I think if you ever start to suspect that you're in a season 6 Buffy episode, you may have gone a little bit too far.
So,
Volume up.
confessions time. I've never watched Buffy, and I'm never going to. I watched the Buffy movie, and that is 100% enough Buffy for me, for all time.
Agreed.
So that's not.
I know that's not useful for you, but I figured it would be amusing to some. So
Good.
that's.
I mean, I'm sure that it's going to be a good bright line for a majority of the players. So that's.
I don't know what it means either.
Okay, well then, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Or 3 out of 5.
What was
yeah,
the
I
part
mean,
about the bickering that you didn't like?
Bit too much.
a bit too much. Also, like some of the bickering just tends to ignore the general amount of success that we've had working together on these issues in character. You know, there's a lot of focus on the compromises and treating those compromises as immediate failures. And so that's a little bit tedious for me. Don't worry about it. But other than that,
I appreciate you expressing it. Thank you for saying something. I'd much rather you get it out there so we can be mindful of it than to hold it in and it affect your fun. So thank you.
And like, don't get me wrong. Some bickering is great because I get to have Tekla be bitchy at people, and you know that's important to her character, and that's good role playing. But like if something from one breath to another flips from settled to unsettled again, that's really like, cool, we get to do 5 more minutes of this, kind of a feeling.
Okay, I'll try to stay, and that's the thing with a game like Monster of the Week is that those social conflicts are often just kind of role played amongst yourselves type things. There's manipulating a PC is a rule, an option, but maybe it's the thing we can make sure that we don't circle back to once we settled arguments.
I think
an additional rose. Yes. Sorry, Paul.
No, go ahead.
I think we did a much better job this game about not talking over each other, even with the bickering. So,
Alpha.
What we're saying.
Sorry.
That was hilarious.
I jinxed it by mentioning it.
I'm going to shut up now.
Okay.
Paul, what were you going to say? It sounded like you had something to contribute to the previous.
I was just going to point out the thing that I found myself agreeing with most in what Jen was saying is that it starts to get annoying when it becomes circular. Like when we resolve it and then it stops being resolved. And then we resolve it and it stops being resolved. And so it's when it becomes more than 2 cycles of the same thing that it's kind of for its own sake.
Okay. Cool. Let's stay mindful of that.
Can you give some examples of where that happens? Because
well, I think when we were talking at the first time the 5 of us were all together, there were several times when we were clear that we were going to investigate the dorm. But then something came up about how, and then we were clear we were going to investigate the dorm. And then finally Earl just walked away to go investigate the dorm. But we kept coming back to not doing it, but talking about doing it around. So that's all. I don't have a specific moment that I remember. It's just that I also find that happens in real life, so it's realistic, but it also is maybe not the thing that I want to focus on realism in.
Okay. Appreciate that. Okay, cool. We'll circle to Jules for roses.
Thank you for bringing the pain, Rich. It's already been said, but still, I love it. I always love it when you go like, oh, unless you do anything, he's going to take your ear off. It's like, that's good motivation to do something. I really like that. I thought the combat balance was a lot better this time, which I do think that the witty banter did help, like having conversations in between the combat before and everything, just to keep it going a bit, get a bit of more drama in there. I like that. I love the fact that we picked up our mono thread again. And just, too bad about all those people who never go back to college.
People fuck out all the time. It's fine.
Exactly. I do like that that was one of my main roles. I do like that we have more witty banter at the time and more like small conflicts. I am of course drama queen, so I love underlying conflict that comes up every once in a while. As long as it evolves, of course. If it just keeps going round and round, it's not very interesting. But I did love that about this session.
Cool. Thank you, Jules. Jan, what roses did you have?
I mean, similar to Jules, I actually did enjoy the banter quite a bit. I think one of the circular conversations that did happen was the no, Derek, you don't get to train demons, and I'm sort of going like, yeah, but that's sort of like an interesting thing I want to go for, because it's like, okay, he's like, I'm sort of seeing it as a like a drug addiction thing. Like, he tasted demon blood, is now going like, oh, that's awesome, I should drink more of that. And also, he's a vampire, he needs to drink blood. And I'm sort of trying to keep that as a theme and not just go like, yeah, no, I'm just a normal guy who happens to also be a vampire. Trying to keep the monsters in there. So that's, for me, that conversation was good.
Okay. Good. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. And last but not least, Alex.
I'm going to ditto the not pulling punches. I think in combat, if you could make me go, I always appreciate that.
Yay!
The collarbone getting pulled out and then used as a spear was definitely like Jules said, I quite like this is the awful thing that's going to happen to you. And I think I would like that as even before I get my results on the
Okay.
like, now we're fighting, this is, how bad it could be, and then just like, I mean, obviously not always, but it's nice, to like get the 12 and go, oh, thank God. My ear has not been taken. Yeah, I thought the amount that Tip was in was a nice level of Tip, because I really enjoy the character, but her being a very enjoyable side character can sometimes draw a lot of focus. But I thought she was in it really nice. There was got to be a little bit of banter and a little bit of the kind of weird roommate
Thank you.
thing. Whatever.
Yeah, I try to stay mindful of that. When you got the whole crew, it's a thing where I want to make sure that NPCs are not taking focus, that they're there to support, maybe throw in a couple bits.
But yeah, I think that we had a good balance of her, especially since we had all of us in the scene. I thought.
Good. Oh, yes.
I just wanted to ask you on a question. Which curse did you wind up taking as the monstrous?
I'm weak against religious things.
So you didn't actually take the one that mechanicalizes your feeding?
No, because
Okay.
I was like, I'd sort of taken a vulnerability already, looking at the Lagara's cross, basically.
Yeah, the only reason I'm just trying to think of ways that I can support you as a player in getting there. So thank you. I was just asking.
That's why I don't get into the car with the.
Right. I get that. I get that. But you said you wanted to make it a thing, and so I'm trying to find ways I can do that in character. In my head. Sorry. Yeah. I'm done now, Rich.
I had a good time running today's game. I rarely run combat where instead of talking about hit points, I get visceral with it. Maybe that's a thing I should do more of. I don't know. Especially with this group, it seems like you guys dig that kind of stuff. So that's a good note from me. I appreciate the feedback. Man, we're near the end, right? It's basically convergence and on. Now, Paul, one of the things we talked about before you're able to join is before camera, and just make sure you're on the same page before everybody drops off, and this will be real quick. So currently we have next week and then the Sunday after Jan and Jules cannot make it. So I have mentioned the possibility of wrapping up East Texas by the end of August. What I'm saying is, yeah, they're being superheroes, but not masks. Like live action craziness is going to be awesome for them, and they have to hear about it. But for us, definitely playing East Texas next week, and then we'll pulse check. I do not want to pull the plug on East Texas too soon when people don't feel like they're ready to put their characters to bed. We've played 21 sessions, and the idea of not sticking the landing bothers me a great deal. So if we have to bleed into September, bleed in Monster of the Week. But anyway, if we have to go into September and not the 1st September, but the 2nd September, we gather back together again. We got a whole session of wrap up to make sure everybody puts a bow on everything. I'm 100% on board with that. I am excited about masks, but not at the cost of finishing off East Texas in a satisfying way for everybody. Cool. Awesome. All right.
Big agree.
With that in mind, we will meet again next week, and we'll see what we can do about this convergence thing. And I look forward to it. So thank you guys so much for playing, and have a good rest of your evening.
Goodbye.